Alright, so now we're at Poloniex. It's Poloniex, Poloniex, or Poloniex I call it. But at Poloniex, what you can do is lend your Bitcoin. In our last video, we discussed compound interest, and in this video, we're going to discuss how to actually send out those Bitcoin and get your money back as compounding.
Great.
So, yeah, let's get started. Right now in my account, I have around $5,000 worth of Bitcoin, or 1.1 Bitcoin at its current market price, and I have it split into two currencies, Bitcoin and clams. So let's take a look at what are the interest rates available on each. To figure out where to go first, you go to deposits and withdrawals, and your balances page shows up with how much you have available in funds. To start lending, first you need to move your balances into your lending category. So you go to transfer balances section. Right now I have 0.56 Bitcoin in my exchange and 109 clams on my exchange. So I'll move my clams from the exchange to lending and do a transfer. It commits the transfer and gives you a lending amount. Then I'll move my Bitcoin from the exchange to lending as well. I'll click on the amount of Bitcoin and do transfer, and now both will be available for lending. I go over to lending tab, and what I can see is in the clams section I have 109 clams available. I'll click on clams. The current market rate is 0.1689%, 0.1698 or 89% on a daily basis. So the key is this is your daily rate of return. You click on the rate and you choose the duration. So I want a 2-day loan, and I don't want to automatically refresh it. And I'll do the offer loan. What happens is your loan goes into the offered open section. And I have 4 active loans on my market, each at a different interest rate of 0.2, 0.15, 0.2, and 0.2, and about 98. So what this is a 60-day duration loan, but I only set it for 2-day durations for the new loans I just offered. Once the market picks it up, this is how many clams are available for loans. I'm on the lending chart. I am the second lender of 109 clams, plus someone also is lending at the same rate of roughly, I'd say, 8 or 9 clams. So what this does is it's a process of initiating your open order and getting it into an active loan.
Is there a fee?
So Poloniex, yeah, exactly. Poloniex charges a small fee. If I'm not mistaken, it's 0.1 or 15% of your return.
Okay.
So, but they automatically take that out, and they give you the amount of collected amount. So this fees section is how much I will receive once the loan comes up. When the loan comes up, the money will go back to the offered clam section. And let's look at Bitcoin. So you scroll over to balances and click on Bitcoin. You can see the lending rate's much smaller. It's 0.01%, or a fraction of 10%, or 0.1%, or 1/10 of 1% right now.
Right.
So it's not favorable. So I wouldn't write a loan at that rate. Being Bitcoin, if I selected that rate, it would be very unfavorable. So if I did lend it out, I'd get a bad interest rate. So what you can do is go back over to balances, go to transfer balances, click on lending, send it back to the exchange, and go to your exchange. Now that you have Bitcoin exchange show up, you click on the Bitcoin under markets, you click on the alternate currency you want. In this case I want clams, and I'll go ahead and purchase clams at the market rate. So I click on buy clams, I select the market rate that I'm willing to purchase at, I go to the buy orders section and look at how deep the orders are. I have about half a Bitcoin, so I will go in and click on this buy order price of 0.0021. I'll click on my Bitcoin amount. So it auto-populates and it'll attempt to get me 270 Bitcoin or clams worth of Bitcoin at the market rate. So I hit buy, it places the order. I look down here if the order is still open. It's open right now. And let's see. I want to fill the order, so let me cancel this. I'll go to the market rate. I'll click on buy orders. I'll actually go to who's selling and go up to 1 Bitcoin. Since I'm the buyer, I can choose to be in the buy stack, which means I sit in the orders of orders coming in, or I can immediately execute against the sellers. So here I'm going to select the amount of Bitcoin, the purchase price, which is market price, the amount of Bitcoin. I'll go and say I'll pay a little bit extra for my order to complete. And I'll select the number of Bitcoin, and it says it's going to give me 265 Bitcoin, or clams per my amount of Bitcoin. So if I hit buy, it'll execute all the orders, and I have in my inventory this many clams available for sale or use. And I have a fractional amount of Bitcoin because it didn't complete the order. This wasn't enough to buy the next clam. So I will go back to balances, transfer balances. I'll go to clams. I'll transfer them off to lending. And I'll go to lending. And I can put up, let's see, the new amount of clams I have. I can click on clams. I can click on the new market rate, which is fluctuating. And right now it's 0.1599%, or a fantastic rate for clams. Open a 2-day loan and offer it. So my second loan is slightly lower rate, which will have a higher probability of getting picked up. Now, if I wanted to guarantee that it gets picked up, I can choose the lending amount available in loans demanded. Now, these rates are very small, so I wouldn't select them, but I'd keep open rates to have loans picked up. So right now I'm happy with my lending. I can go back to balances, deposit, and withdrawals, and it shows that I have 516 clams out on orders to lend. So that's a good review of how to get your lending started on Poloniex. And in the next video we can discuss more about how to convert the money back to wallets and how to save them on or off the exchanges. Alright, so let's get to it.